Imagine you are scrolling through your phone, half watching a video. Someone is talking with great passion. They point to a picture of a handsome, curly-haired actor from a popular television show.
He looks just like Alexander the Great. They're both from Macedonia, you know.
You might nod along, thinking it's an interesting, if slightly random, connection.
Wait, which Macedonia are they talking about? The ancient one, Parthenon next door vibes. The modern one, the state that used to be part of Yugoslavia.
This little scene is not just a joke. It's a very common mix-up. It happens all the time, online, in coffee shops, over family dinners. People hear Macedonia and assume it's meant the same way for the last 2,500 years. It's an easy mistake. Our modern world loves simple labels and neat boxes. But history, bless its messy heart, is anything but neat. Let's get our first character straight. Alexander the Great. He was a real person, not just a legend or a character in a movie. Born in 356 BCE, he was the prince of a kingdom called Macedon, or Macedonia, located in the northern part of the ancient Greek world. Think of it as a tough, slightly rugged neighbor. Athens, Sparta. Southern Greeks considered Macedonians less refined. But under Philip II, Macedon became a military powerhouse. It was a kingdom with its own kings, its own army, its own distinct identity within Hellenic culture. Alexander was a force of nature, tutored by Aristotle, both a scholar and a warrior. He didn't just sit on his throne. He led one of history's most astonishing campaigns. In just over a decade, he conquered the Persian Empire. He marched from Greece to India. He founded many cities, often called Alexandria. He spread Greek, language, ideas, culture. His story is a cornerstone of ancient Greek history, ambition, conquest, legacy. Now, let's fast forward about 2,300 years. The world has changed dramatically. Empires have risen and fallen. People have migrated across continents. New languages have spread. New religions have spread. In the heart of the Balkan Peninsula, a new country emerged in the late 20th century. After the breakup of a larger state called Yugoslavia, one of its former republics declared independence in 1991. It initially chose the name the Republic of Macedonia. This is the country that your friend in the opening story was likely thinking of. It is a modern, sovereign nation with its own government, its own flag, and its own unique culture. The choice of the name Macedonia immediately caused a major political dispute, primarily with its southern neighbor, Greece. The Greek government argued that the name implied a claim to the history and territory of their own northern region, which is also called Macedonia and contains the heartland of Alexander's ancient kingdom. This disagreement wasn't just about a name. It was about heritage, identity, and the symbols of history. The dispute simmered for decades. To understand the modern identity of North Macedonia, we have to introduce a new group of people. These are the Slavs. Starting around the 6th and 7th centuries CE, that's about 900 years after Alexander, various Slavic-speaking tribes began a massive migration. They moved from Tamanda ancestral homelands in Eastern Europe, Central Europe, Eastern Europe, Balkan Peninsula. This was a transformative event that reshaped the entire ethnic and linguistic map of the region. These Slavic groups were not a single unified army of conquerors. They were a diverse collection of tribes and communities moving in waves over many decades. They settled in the valleys and plains of the Balkans, including lands that had once been part of the Roman province of Macedonia, and long before that, Alexander's kingdom. As they settled, they absorbed or displaced some of the existing populations. Their arrival marks a major turning point in the history of the region. The ancient world of Greeks-Romans was giving way to a new medieval landscape dominated by new peoples, new languages. Over the following centuries, these Slavic settlers developed their own distinct cultures, languages, political entities. The languages they spoke evolved into the modern South Slavic languages we know today: Bulgarian, Serbian, Croatian, the language spoken in North Macedonia. The Balkans are never simple. Just when you think you have the story straight, another fascinating layer appears. Alongside the Slavic majority, North Macedonia is also home to a large and historically significant Albanian population. The Albanians add another thread to the rich tapestry of Balkan identities, and their story is different from the ancient Greeks, and different from the medieval Slavs. They speak the Albanian language, a unique and ancient branch of Indo-European. It is not closely related to Greek, Latin, or the Slavic languages, making it a linguistic island in the region. The origins of the Albanian language and people are a subject of intense scholarly debate. One prominent theory suggests Albanian may descend from Illyrian, an ancient Western Balkans language from Roman times. While direct proof is scarce, the theory points to deep roots. They are not a later migration like the Slavs, but one of the oldest surviving Balkan populations, with history reaching antiquity. Albanians live primarily in Albania, west of North Macedonia, and also in North Macedonia, Kosovo, parts of Greece, parts of Serbia. So, what have we got so far? We have an ancient kingdom of Macedon, which was part of the Greek world. We have a modern state called North Macedonia, whose majority population is Slavic and whose story begins many centuries after Alexander. We also have a significant Albanian population with its own ancient roots. And all of this is happening in the same rough geographical area. It is no wonder people get confused. This delicious, complicated muddle is what we might call identity soup. It is what happens when thousands of years of history, migration, war, religion, and politics are all simmered together in one geographical pot. One of the biggest reasons for the messiness is that empires rise and fall, and their borders are like lines drawn in the sand. The region of Macedonia was part of the Roman Empire for centuries. After Rome, it was a contested province of the Byzantine Empire. Then it was ruled by various medieval Bulgarian kings and Serbian kings. For about 500 years, from the 14th century until the early 20th century, it was a part of the vast Ottoman Empire. Each of these empires brought its own administrators. This brings us to the heart of the matter, the ownership game. It is a game people play with history, where modern groups try to plant their flag on an ancient figure or kingdom and declare, "He's ours." We see it with Alexander the Great, but it happens all over the world. Someone posts a meme declaring that Cleopatra was one thing, someone else angrily replies she was another. It is a very human impulse. We all want to feel connected to something great, to feel that the glory of the past shines on our present. Can a modern nation truly own a historical figure from 2,300 years ago? It's tricky. Alexander was an ancient Macedonian, a king within the Hellenic cultural sphere. His legacy is foundational to Greek history and identity. He is taught in every Greek school. His statues are found in Greek cities. His story is woven into the nation's sense of self. This is a deeply felt historical claim. At the same time, the land of his birth is now inhabited by different peoples. Citizens of North Macedonia live in territory that was once part of Bino ancient kingdom. The internet is a wonderful place, but it is also a factory for historical myths. These myths are often simple, catchy, completely wrong. They spread like wildfire because they offer easy answers to complex questions. So, let's play a quick game of myth-busting to clear the air. Here are a couple of common myths you might encounter about Macedonia, along with a gentle, fact-based fix. Think of this as your friendly guide to navigating Nazi confusing online comment sections with a smile. Myth number 1. The people of North Macedonia are direct, unchanged descendants of Alexander the Great's ancient Macedonians. This is perhaps the most common myth of all. It skips over about 1,500 years of history. The fix. The majority of people in modern North Macedonia are ethnically Slavic, whose ancestors arrived in the region in the Middle Ages, centuries after Alexander. Their language and culture are part of the South Slavic family. They live on land with a rich ancient history, but their own story as a people is different. It is like someone living in a famous musician's old house. They can appreciate the history of the house, but it does not make them the musician's great-grandchild. So, after our whirlwind tour of 2,300 years of history, what is the big takeaway? It is simple. History is gloriously complex, beautifully complex, hilariously complex. It is not a short story with a simple moral. It is an epic novel with 1,000 characters, countless plot twists, a few chapters that seem to contradict each other. Quick claims and bold headlines are almost always risky because they have to chop away the nuance and the detail, and that's where the real truth lies. The past is not a weapon to be used in modern arguments, but a vast library to be explored with curiosity. When you encounter these kinds of historical mix-ups, you have a choice.